What up, what up? This is Finance, Fitness, and Folk. The channel will discuss finance, a little bit of fitness, talk about some folk. So in today's episode, I'm going to discuss why you can never erase yourself from the internet. So admin notes, thanks again to all the subscribe to the channel. I endeavor to keep pushing the video out, give you leverage, the better selves. So let's get into it. So why do I say that you cannot delete yourself or erase yourself from the internet? So I'm not gonna make this video long. I'm just gonna give some examples and give some explanation as far as what I mean by the title of the video, and to give this as a warning and something for folks to think about when it comes to folks that have social media, which pretty much almost every single person probably watching the channel right now, and just having your footprint on the internet as a whole, because it can bite you in the butt later on in life. I promise you it can, right? So so let me give you an example as far as like how deletion is in the IT space when it comes to anything normal, when it being what it mean having a laptop or a desktop, and let's say you have a Microsoft Word document and you decide to delete it. You was doing something on it and you like, I don't want this anymore, and you delete the other file. And then you also go into the recycle bin and you delete it from there as well. And you think it's totally gone, everything's gone, you can't retrieve it no more. And to a certain degree that is true, because what happens is your computer fragments the file. And I don't want to get too technical with this stuff, because I know a lot of folks that watch this video may not be IT savvy. So I don't want to get into a whole bunch of terminology when it comes to this stuff. But basically, an analogy for this thing is like, let's say you have a glass, right? Maybe you about to go get a glass of water somewhere in your kitchen, and then all of a sudden, unfortunately, the glass falls out of your hand and it shatters into like 100 to 1,000 pieces on the floor, right? So that's what happens, and it's essentially when you delete files or any type of data from your computer. The processor, the brain of your computer, cannot figure out how to read that file once you delete it, right? So in any conventional sense, when you delete a file to delete any type of data, it's pretty much gone. You would think it's gone forever, but it's not gone forever. There is software out there that will literally reform that file like the Matrix, right? Like how in the first Matrix, when Neo had, at the very end of the movie, Neo had jumped inside one of the Mr. Anderson, yeah. No. What was the guy's name? I forget what the guy's name was. But anyways, the computer generated guy that was chasing Neo pretty much throughout the whole movie, right? And at the end of the movie, Neo jumps into this guy, and basically he destroys him by like pretty much like jumping into this guy's paws, and then he actually shatters the guys in pieces, right? Well, let's say if you took that video and you rewinded it and the guy formed back together. That's how that software works when it comes to files. This is the reason why when somebody gets in trouble and they have and the police feel like they have files or something on the computer they can use, but let's say the person pretty much deleted all the files. The CIA or whoever is actually trying to get this data can actually grab that laptop or desktop and put software up there to reform all those files that the person deleted, right? Only way you can really delete anything, honestly, from the internet or for any type of IT device is to physically destroy the hard drive. And that's provided something to get uploaded into the cloud somewhere, right? I talked about that before in another video, right? So let me revert this back over to when I say that you cannot delete yourself or erase yourself totally from the internet. There is companies out there that actually specialize in trying to remove somebody's footprint from the internet. Like, let's say, you had an OnlyFans, you're a woman that had an OnlyFans, and you're trying to clean your image up because you're not doing this stuff anymore. But the industry you're trying to get into is a bad look because you got files out there or pictures out there from your OnlyFans, and these companies are going there and they'll try to erase or delete all these pictures and all these videos have been uploaded to different files, different servers, all these other things. Not files, I'm sorry. Different servers and different outlets, different social media platforms. And I promise you, I'll put a year's paycheck on it. That company will not be able to delete every single thing that's been uploaded to the internet. It's just impossible. You know, like how some folks say, like, you know, especially folks that are entrepreneurs and they want to get into the not IT space, the social media space, and they want to grow viral. They want to go viral because that bring followers and subscribers, all these other things, right? Well, essentially, when you upload any type of file up to the internet, that literally goes viral, because what happens is it has to move from server to server, from switch to switch, from router to router, until it gets to a big server farm that houses all your data. Like I said, I don't want to get it too technical with the wording, right? But basically, you know, let's say, for instance, you got a photo and you got an iPhone, right? And you have your iPhone set up to where it automatically uploads to the cloud every couple of days or something like that, right? So you could be in Wisconsin and the server farm that your files been held at is in Florida, right? But think about how many physical devices that photo had to go through in order to get to Florida, right? It's data travels, right? So, you know, as this file is traveling across this internet spectrum, right, it's being copied or being held in these areas until it gets to its final destination. So how do you track that? How do you figure out where it jumped to? You can't figure out to a certain degree. There's software and there is command line commands you can use to try to find like how data is sent and the route is being sent. But in essence, there's no way for you to erase that whole footprint. So I'm talking about this one photo, one file that's going through that wire, for lack of better words, from Wisconsin to Florida, getting to the server farm, this mega server farm where all of these files and data is being held at. So think about how many years you've been on the internet and how many times you uploaded something to social media, which they use server farms too, or how many times you uploaded files to some type of cloud service, something like that. There's no possible way. You cannot delete yourself from the internet. You cannot erase yourself from the internet totally. You just can't. Once it's there, it is there forever. Unless some catastrophic happens and the internet is like totally compromised, there's no way you can totally erase yourself from the internet. So I'm saying this all to say is that when you put stuff out there on the internet that you feel like that later on in life is going to hurt you, it's a wrap. You're not gonna be able to get rid of all of it. You know what I'm saying? You may be able to put a dent in it, but for the most part, you're gonna have some area of the world that has that file, that has that photo. So that's why I say, like, you know, these folks that are uploading videos of them fighting, these, you know, folks that uploading videos of them being you know, crazy, being promiscuous and all these other things, like, is it really worth it? You know what I'm saying? Is it really worth getting the likes? Is it really worth getting the views? Because later on, you know, like, how are you going to explain that stuff to your family, to your friends, those are the things. Now, if you don't care about explaining that and you comfortable with yourself, then that's fine. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, folks that don't have that big of an imprint or a footprint on the internet right now, I'm telling you right now, later on in life, if you really want to clean your internet and your social media up, it's going to be impossible. Even if you delete your social media accounts, guess what? They're not totally deleted. You can, for lack of better words, resurrect social media accounts. You know, the authorities can do that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you said that just because you went on Instagram and you deleted your Instagram account doesn't mean it's gone forever. It's not. But say that again. Just because you deleted your Instagram account does not mean it's gone forever. It's not gone forever, y'all. It's sitting dormant somewhere. And if somebody want to get at you and try to find evidence against you to prosecute you, they can go in there and ask permission from that company. I'm not saying Instagram will do this. I'm just saying, like, there's other companies that will hold files and will hold data to the point where, like, if the authorities have enough evidence and have enough authority to pull that stuff, they can do that. It's nothing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason why I say, like, you know, like, doing crime is just not worth it these days. Don't do crime at all, period, because that bad karma is just not something you want, right? But how can you really get away with stuff these days? You just can't. You know what I'm saying? It's the internet and just technology as a whole is not kind to people that want to do wrong. You know what I'm saying? And if you decide that you want to clean up your act and clean up your persona on the internet later on in life, you're gonna have a hard time doing that. You just are. So once again, you cannot erase yourself from the internet. So only thing you can do is, from this point on, if you think that you actually have compromised your integrity and compromised your image, the best thing you can do right now is to start afresh, right? And to try to clean your act up as much as possible, because at the end of the day, whatever you do on the internet is there forever. All right. So if you want me to discuss a topic or a subject that you think is beneficial to the channel, email me at findingfitnessfolk@gmail.com. My email address is in the description below. Finding Fitness and Folk, Triple F, I'm gone.